We all just wanted to come on live today and share some thoughts and prayers that have been on my heart and mind, especially today. Today is December 13th. And many of you may know that my husband left at 2 a.m. my time, which was 8 o'clock his time where he was, to row 3,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean. What? I know, it's totally crazy. So this is the first time you're hearing it. Let me quick give you the backstory, and then I'm going to tell you why this made me think of you. Okay, so he is a part of an organization called Fight or Die, OAR. They are an all US, all veteran organization that is looking to raise awareness for veteran mental health and suicide prevention. And so as a nonprofit, they have decided that they are going to use this platform of ocean rowing as a way to do two things. Number one, to raise people's awareness about this issue and to raise funds for that and resources. And second, to provide an example for veterans and other people that you can set really hard goals and you can work towards them. And so, yes, he embarked today. People are asking me, how long will it take him? The goal is to be across the ocean and land in Antigua in less than 50 days. So yes, for 50 days, he and 3 other guys are going to be on a small boat with only their arm strength to power them. There are no motors, there are no sails, there is no chase boat or anybody who's following after them. They will be completely self-sufficient for this journey. And so I, this morning, watched the live launch of the race, and it was exciting to see all of the teams going out. I posted a clip of just his portion on my Facebook. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out and hear a little bit more about their team and see them pass that sign that says 3,000 miles to go, right? Wow. But here's what you didn't see, because unless you watch the entire video, you don't know that while he is on a boat with 3 other guys, so there are 4 of them, there are 11 boats that have solo rowers. Yes, individuals, men and women, who are rowing across the Atlantic Ocean all by themselves. At least for him, there are 2 of them who row at a time. So 2 row while the other 2 eat or sleep, and every 2 hours they switch off. But if you are out there solo rowing, it's all on you. And yes, those ladies, those men are going to have to stop. They're going to have to rest. They're going to have to sleep. They're going to have to take care of their needs. They're going to have to eat, drink, whatever, right? But then guess what? They get back on those oars and they keep rowing, because that is the only way that they will get across to the finish line. And they will. It will take them longer, but they will get there. But here's what I was thinking about. Because last week when we did the CEO's Don't Wait Till January 1st series, what I really discovered is that so many of you are solopreneurs, right? You are rowing this boat of your business all by yourself. And that can get really tiring, right? It can get really lonely. It can get really hard sometimes, right? They're going to have to figure out all by themselves how to face the challenges, the storms that are going to come up, of the different things that might happen with the boat or their own bodies and things like that. And so as I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about the parallels to being in business and what it's like for those of us who are solopreneurs, the first thing I want to remind you is this: you aren't alone if you are in Him, right? If you are living a with God life, if you are building a with God business, then guess what? He is with you in the boat. It reminds me of this camp song that we used to sing. With Jesus in the boat, you can smile through the storm, smile through the storm, smile through the storm. With Jesus in the boat, you can smile through the storm when you're sailing home, right? And yesterday on the podcast, we talked about having that daily meeting with your chairman of the board, AKA God, and what things you can put on the agenda to talk about, AKA pray over. So I encourage, if you have not listened to that episode, go back, because that, first of all, is the most important person that can be on the boat with you, right? Now, here's the next thing, right? You don't have to be rowing all by yourself. And even those single rowers out there, guess what? They have teams of people. They have family. They have friends. They have sponsors. They have all kinds of people who are behind them, even though they're not in the boat, that are cheering them on, that are communicating with them, that are encouraging them, that are giving them the data maybe about the waves or the storms or the winds, and helping them to make decisions, even though they are the only person out there rowing their boat, right? So what does that mean for you if you are a solopreneur? Like, yes, you may wear all the hats. You may be the person who's literally doing everything for your business. But guess what? You can have a team of people, even if it's not a team you're paying yet. Maybe, Lord willing, one day you will be with a team. But for now, you can have a team of people who are reminding you of what's true, who are looking out for the pitfalls, who are encouraging you, who are helping you, who are praying for you, who are doing all of these things. And that, my friend, is exactly what the Redeemed Midlife CEO program is. Actually, I'm calling it an experience because it's really not a program. That's what this is all about. And here's what's so cool. When my husband said yes to this race, almost 2 years ago, actually a little over 2 years ago was his first yes, but he wasn't sure exactly which team he'd be put on. And then about a year and a half ago, he got assigned to the 23 team. I had no idea that I would be launching the same time he would be launching. I had no idea that I would be getting in this boat and I would be doing this with other solo rowers. Or maybe you've got another person in your boat, and that's amazing too. Come join us in this journey, right? I had no idea that we'd be doing this at the same time. And yet, isn't God good, right? Because we can't do this alone. We can't row our ocean, whatever that is for you, whether it's something in your life or something in a relationship or something in your health or something in your business. We can't row it all by ourselves. We have to have the support. We have to, I guarantee those solo rowers have done a lot of time training with a lot of experts. They didn't just hop in the boat and hope they would, make it across the ocean 3,000 miles. They have listened to people who have been there, who've done it, who have the expertise and the wisdom and can point them in the right direction, right? And then they get in the boat and they start rowing, but they still have people that are supporting them, people who are reaching out to them, people who are encouraging them along the way, because they're going to encounter a lot of things over the next 3,000 miles. And so I just want to encourage you today, right? If you are in business, especially if you're a solopreneur, or maybe you just have like one or two people that are helping with a few things here and there. First of all, if God gave you this business, you're not alone, right? So make sure that you are having those business meetings with him, that you are praying over your business and asking him for leading and direction, not to make you look great, but to make him look great. Because the ultimate destination that we're getting to is building his kingdom, right? And spending eternity with him. And that's something I want to encourage you as well. If you don't want to feel like you are all alone, even if you're the only one on the oars, to come check out the Redeemed Midlife CEO experience. It is going to be a 12-month experience. Just like this Atlantic rowing is not a quick thing, right? It's not for the faint of heart, and most people will never do it. In fact, there are less people that have rowed the Atlantic Ocean that have climbed Mount Everest. More people have climbed Mount Everest than rowed the ocean, right? And just like that, I know this experience is not for everyone, but it is for that person who is committed because they said, I know that God has called me to this business. I want to be faithful, but I also want to be fruitful. And I don't just want to be spinning my wheels, AKA rowing, and not going in circles and not getting anywhere and just getting exhausted, right? So inside this 12-month experience, we are going to put down some roots in where our foundation needs to be. We're going to dive into biblical truth. You don't get that from any other business coach who's showing you all the tips and tools. You don't get that from other time management experts that are showing you how to work your planner, work your time blocks, right? Things like that. We're going to start there, right? We are going to also do a personal growth journey, which affects every area of our life, including our business. We are going to then pick up those time management tools and say, okay, how does this apply to my life outside of business? And how does this apply to my time when I am working in my business? So that I can have balance, I can have fruitfulness and not be on the busyness hamster wheel. You're going to get accountability. You're going to get co-working sessions. You're going to get spotlight coaching. You're going to get opportunities to get individualized coaching as well as in a group setting. You guys, you will be so well supported. And here's what I love. I found this really interesting. We did a safety meeting with the families before they left to go over for these first couple of weeks of all their safety training. And what they shared with us is that this race, just to set your mind at ease, has a 97% success rate. Meaning 97% of people who start this race finish it. Now, will it take longer for some of them than others? Yes, it will, right? Will those solo people be rowing longer than others? Yes. And some of those solo people are going to beat some of those pairs or even those 3 or 4 person boats. But here's the thing. Here is why they have that. And here's what's interesting. Other races only have about a 60% success rate. And why is it that this one has a 97% success rate? Because of all the built-in support they have. Nobody is following them, right? But they have been trained, they have been equipped, they have, the ways to communicate when they need it, and they have been required to do the work to be ready to go out there and row before this organization will say, okay, we're going to let you be in our race, right? So that is what this experience is like. For 1 year, you will get not only me, but also a group of other amazing, committed, faith-centered Christian women, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, ones who are trying to juggle and balance all the things in midlife and business and be faithful and fruitful in the meantime. So I just want to encourage you, because through tomorrow, okay, through December 14th, you can get 30% off, which if you pay in full, that's like $1,000. Okay, you can also get the 30% off of the payment option. So if that makes it easier for you, then do that, right? And all you have to do is just trust for each month. And I guarantee, as you start doing the things that we're doing, you start building this with God business, you start building yourself and your with God life, you will see the fruit, right? And you're going to come out on the other side and you're going to be like, wow, that was the best investment of my time and money that I've ever spent. Right? Like, I am going to go meet my husband, Lord willing, in hopefully less than 50 days on the other side, right? To welcome him in. And I guarantee there are going to be a lot of stories. There's going to be a lot of hard things that happened. There are going to be a lot of great things that happened. There are going to be amazing views they saw. There are going to be times when like the sun didn't come up or the waves didn't stop or whatever, but it is going to be worth it, right? It is going to have been the best investment of his time and a lot of our money over the past couple of years for not only the personal experience, but also the cause that this is building, right? So what are you doing to invest in you? What are you doing to invest in what God's given you to do for the kingdom through your business as well as through your life? So I just want to share my heart with you. If you're out there rowing alone, you are not alone. God is with you. And you can be part of this amazing group of women with a great, great captain at the helm who's going to help you to show you the way. I'm not going to do your rowing for you, but I'm going to give you all the tools you need in the biblical truth so that you can row this next year and you can see the fruit and get to that finish line that you've set for yourself and celebrate God's faithfulness and goodness and the fact that you weren't alone. So what do you need to do? The next step is to apply. And if you want to get this 30% off, I need to receive your application by midnight on December 14th. So here's where you want to go to learn more and submit an application. There are apply buttons all over the page. Go to redeemhertime.com/coaching. Okay, redeemhertime.com/coaching. You can dive in and read through everything. You can just be like, Lissa, I know enough of you. I love you. I trust the Lord, and I'm just going to jump in. Submit your application. I will review it. And upon acceptance, I will send you an email with the code to get 30% off as long as I receive it before midnight on December 14th. So you don't have to be a solo rower, or you can be a solo rower and have the support that you need to really be able to cross your ocean. So as I'm cheering my husband on, and I'm praying for him, and thank you for your support and prayers for him as well. Also be praying for those solo rowers, right? Because they're going to need that. And also, I am praying for you. I'm praying for you as every day you get up and you row, right? Whether it's in your life or your business, and you are being faithful to get to the other side of what God has called you to. And I would love the honor of being part of that journey. So head over to redeemhertime.com/coaching, submit an application, take that step of faith, and let's explore this great next 12 months together.